Welcome to the American Outcast Show. I am your host, the official Outcast. All right. And before we do anything, please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. Please hit that share button because I'm about to share something with you. And it's a date. All right. The date is January 30th, 1933. That's just one date I'm going to share with you. The second date I'm going to share with you is March 24th, 1933. No matter who our ancestors, where they were in the world, they were affected by these two dates. They just didn't know it yet. So please watch this
He's
clip.
fond of some of them.
What do you mean emotional appeal on principle for some of these ideas?
I think just the concept that something's been taken from you, we're going to put things back the way they were. At some point, and this is often left quite, a little bit vague, at some point things started to change in this country. And they're not the way they once were. And this is often done in this kind of vague way. It's kind of innuendo.
And what do you think
And
they're
we're gonna put it
talking
back.
about?
Well, I think they have to be studiously vague because no one wants to say, things were better before the Civil Rights Act. When on occasion we've seen politicians say that, it has gone very poorly for them. So they have to sort of cloak it in this vagueness. This is why when we say make America great again, Trump never tells us exactly when it was that America was great that he wants to go back to.
Well, let's talk about.
Make America great again. Pretty basic words. You can even take you can believe the administration at face value if you want to and say that they got that phrase from Ronald Reagan. No. Hitler said January 30th, 1933, he wants to make Germany great again. And that makes sense in Germany because they just lost World War One. Okay? They just lost a war. And just think about the magnitude, just the scale of a war. The country is in ruins, people's out of work. Come on, just wars don't run themselves, they have to be paid for somehow. So a big part of Hitler's movement was to make Germany great again, not just because that's how he felt, but he felt that he could make Germany great again because he Hitler blamed the loss that Germany took in World War One on the Jews. He blamed the Jews for that. That's not the only thing that he blamed them for, but for the purpose of this video, let's focus on that. Per the video, things were better before the civil rights movement, right? Things were better when we start to treat our fellow man as an equal. And you got to think about it. And I want you to watch this video. I can't play the whole video, and I'm doing too much by playing the portion that I'm playing. But there, it only reveals the facts that these extreme MAGA, and when we say MAGA, we're taking away from what that really means. MAGA, Make America Great Again, is a stolen phrase that Trump trademarked because he's a fucking thief. He's a criminal, all of that. So why not trademark something that means everything to you because Hitler said it, right? This is not something that I'm making up. Hitler had to, it's not, can't say the whole, sorry, my fish is doing some real crazy stuff back there. Hitler said what he had to say because the country was just doing bad. 7 million unemployment. Come on, there's a lot going on. You have to blame somebody, right? Remember that. You have to blame somebody. I gave you two dates. January 30th, 1933, Hitler was made chancellor, elected chancellor of Germany. March 24th, 1933, the Enabling Act was passed. And the Enabling Act is when the cabinet uh, and Hitler could enact laws for 4 years without even involving the government. And this is without involving parliament. So you see what's going on in America today. Like I said, we're in Hitler's playbook. Yeah, page for page, we're in his playbook. Because March 24th, 1933, he was just uh, elected in January 30th, 1933. I'm gonna try to put these dates up because they're important, so you can see how little time it was from the time that he became Chancellor of Germany to the time this March 24th, 1933 enabling act was passed. Now I know why it was passed because February 28th, 1933, there was an arson attack on a parliament building, where they all met and do their lawmaking thing. It burnt down. They blamed it on the communists. But that's not why we're here, ladies and gentlemen. It's not why we're here. We're here to talk about, and I'm here to warn you. Project 2025 is just like a mask, or just say it's just makeup on the real issue, the real thing, the real agenda. Project 25, that kind of sounds like some kind of corporate, some kind of corporate marketing scheme that they, but the real thing is you can't just run on or promote Hitler's playbook. You can actually, you can. But, because the world is so like distorted, it's so diluted. Like the Nazi groups, like, do you even know what you're talking about? Do we even care anymore? Like the Proud Boys, that come on, come on. Like, what do you guys think this is? And this is directly to you who supports Project 2025. This is directly to you who directly supports Donald Trump, even though his whole agenda is race based, even though his whole agenda is hate, even though his whole agenda is what I can take away or what I can change. Watch what I can do to the markets. What, watch what I can do to your everyday life. And this is, we're not talking about anything good, right? Hitler's entire thing was on the hate. His entire, let's say, base, his entire foundation was on the hate of the Jews, right? Trump hates black people to the, they're practicing right now. Do you understand? You don't have to agree with me. These are my views. This is what I think. Sorry, I hit my mic. But just like Hitler didn't immediately attack the Jews, he did not immediately attack the Jews. He had to practice first. In my opinion, he practiced on the communists. He practiced on his political opponents until it made sense. Until they optimized their ability to go after who they really wanted to go after. And ladies and gentlemen, like I said, you don't have to agree with me, but I know that it's coming. The hairs are sticking up on my arm. Spidey senses. Not Spider-Man or whatever. But I just want to let you know that I feel what's coming because they're in Hitler's playbook. Now I can't say that I fear what's coming because I am ready in my own right, and I know that a lot of other people who look like me are ready. And when you say you want to turn back, go back in time, that's fine. That's cool. Good luck with that. But that was a different species back then. Okay? We're a different species now. So you might want to check yourself. You can spit that hate and anti everything that's happening now is anti-American, and you know it. Not only do you know it, you're all about it. And you're going to find yourself in the minority. You continue down this path, you're going to lose all the Republicans. You're going to lose the seat in the White House. You're just going to lose because not everybody is promoting hate, right? You don't have enough of what you think you have to come after the African American race. I promise you that. You're gonna find out really fast. It's not gonna be some long drawn out process. And I want to play the clip from the dude from the project 2025 saying if they got to, use violence, then they'll use violence. Good luck with that. And I'm not making that up. That's why I say I want to play that clip to let you know that they are coming, and it's going to turn our country upside down because that they're operating from Hitler's playbook.